Hi folks, I'm making this video to help you out number 13 on unit 4-1. So this problem is all about writing equations, okay? So what you're looking at here is a completed force diagram already. You're just going to be writing equations for it. And I'll do one of these for you and let you folks do the other two. So this guy right here, sum of forces x direction equals 0. So you look at our free body here, and equations in the x direction are this one and this one. And one is to the right, one is to the left. So basically, you're going to have this minus this equals 0, assuming right positive. And I'm sure they probably meant to do that. Right now, do the same thing for the y direction, and there should be 3 things that should show up. I'm not going to tell you what they are. And then third, let's see, for this one, sum of all torques equals 0. And they even mention, let's see here, take the origin of the torque equation to go through O. So they're talking about here. So let me put a green dot there. So when you sum torques about the green dot, these two forces don't have any torque arms. So that should tell you what to do about those. Okay, now this force right here is producing a clockwise torque. And the distance you need, or I should say want to use, is that distance in green. Because again, the distance has to make a right angle to the force. And that distance is adjacent to this distance, which is half the length. Right? So that should give you a pretty good idea of how to do that. Right? Now, that's going to be one term in your torque equation. And it's going to be negative because this force is producing clockwise torque about that point. Okay, now let's talk about this one. That force acts all along this line. So the distance you need is this distance. Because again, the distance needs to make a right angle to the line of action. Now that distance, by the way, look at this triangle, is the same as that distance right there, which is opposite this angle, and the hypotenuse is marked L. That should give you a pretty good idea of how to find that, that term. Okay, the last force now is this one. That's producing counterclockwise torque about this point. And the distance you need, again, now let's see. We backtrack the force here. The distance needs to make a right angle. So that's this distance right here, where it makes a right angle. And again, if I make myself a little triangle here, this distance is adjacent to that angle, and the hypotenuse is L. That should probably be enough to get that problem done for you. So, hope that helps. Have a great day.